Target 6'2", 210, can win the jump ball, wins the 50-50 ball more than not, and he's at 50%. He's been targeted 40 times.
Yeah, that's the question. That it has not been a regular connection, and still he's on pace for another 1,000-yard season. Second and about 3.5. Jennings short drop, gonna look long, and it's caught. There he is. The Mandy Show is underway, and he has a Lion first down, first and goal at the Calgary 6.
You could almost say this is a 50-50 ball with Brandon Smith. I mean, he's pretty good position and coverage. 40-yarder, and this is where Jonathan Jennings, with a guy like Manny Arsenal, throw it up there believing he'll win that 50-50 ball. Actually, it turns into almost double coverage, and Arsenal splits him.
40 yards. Biggest play of the season for Arsenal. Lions knock at the door. Lambala set up as a tight end. Anthony Allen straight ahead. Down to the 3. Stopped on the play by Charleston Hughes. Allen 139 yards rushing against the Argos. 12 for 65 against his old team in the BC last game at Mosaic. Stay on the ground here. What do you do? Second and goal.
And that zone read, I think they're going to throw it.
Burnham and Arsenal in motion. The give right side, and Allen going to get stopped on the 1.
Should have thrown it.
Well, it's decision time now.
Doesn't look like Wally Buono sending out any field goal team from the 1-yard line. As Jonathan Jennings out there trying to get the next call. Well, wait a minute. Now he may have changed his mind.
Micah Johnson in on the stop, and now the Buffet boys check in.
Yeah, going with big team. It's all about leverage down here. Low man wins.
Ninth play. Crunch time at the goal line. These have not been automatic. Delayed count. Chris Rainey not going to get there. Nope. Big defensive stand. Taylor Reed and company slam the door in their face. Stout on the goal line. Calgary football when we come back. 9 plays, 73 yards, 5 minutes, 24 seconds, but no points.
Chris Rainey, as soon as you go horizontally along the line of scrimmage and don't go north-south, you run the risk of getting strung out like this. And this is why the Calgary defense shut the door on the goal line. They forced Rainey to stay with his shoulder pads towards the sideline, not downhill. That bought them time to rally to the tackle.
Rainey scored a touchdown on that play in BC in the first game of the year. Messam trying to run them out of the shadows of their own goalpost.
Yeah, it's not a bad call, and it's worked many times. It's just when you do it, that's the risk you take. That you'll get strung out there, and then you're caught behind the line of scrimmage. But a big defensive stand for the Calgary Stampeders early on here.
Dave Dickinson made that change on the corner. Deontay Evans with a key play to make sure Rainey didn't turn the corner. And now 2nd and 5. Messam releases. Mitchell steps up. Flag comes down. And Mitchell at the 15 would have a first down, but let's check the flag.
It's coming back with a holding. It looked like Mikhail Brooks was pulled down right around the goalpost.
Boy, Brooks has been a force so far this season.
Calgary number 60. Half the distance to the goal. Repeat, 2nd down.
Left guard Shane Bergman, excuse me.
There's Mikhail Brooks, and he's going to be working on Shane Bergman here. goes down hard on the takedown, just to the right top of your screen, and looks like he even threw a little bit of a leg whip in there too. Lucky he didn't get his own penalty on that.
Half the distance, takes it back to the 4, 2nd and 8. Big Hill fake the blitz. Mitchell looking for Bakari Grant, and a stride too long. And they'll have to kick out of their end zone or give up 2.
And Bakari Grant just didn't get his eyes back, and he's going to get it. He's going to hear from Bo Levi Mitchell on this little corner route, almost a corner seam. He just doesn't get his head around in time. He does get some separation on Ryan Phillips, but look, he still hasn't looked and found the ball. Then he does flip his eyes around, and then it's too late. Can't track it down.
So again, a 32K wind at the back of Maverick. So does he get the green light? He does. Not as deep. Rainey's going to field it on the Calgary side of half. 49-yard punt, flags fly. And Singleton down in a hurry to make the special team tackle. Well, we saw some of that potent Lion offense led by Arsenault and Jonathan Jennings. See if they get points on the board this possession. Lions getting set to go on offense. Let's join Jermaine Franklin.
Thanks, Chris. The BC Lions had a phenomenal start to this game, and that's exactly what they've been looking for throughout this season. They had a total of just 26 first-half points coming in to tonight. That's an average of just over 3 points per quarter. Now, Wally Buono told me that he believes that it's a confidence issue with his offense. Obviously, their confidence has grown as the game has gone on, but going into the game, they need it a little bit more. It's important to believe in what you can do and truly execute.
Well, last game, they trailed by 13 against Saskatchewan. Outscored the Rough Riders 31-4 down the stretch. They trailed Calgary by 11. They start here at their own 47, an illegal block against the Lions. Takes them back onto their side of half. Handing it off to Allen, and not much there as he gets pushed back. Taylor Reed is back in that lineup and making an impact.
Well, you can believe that the Calgary defensive front seven, led by Taylor Reed in the middle linebacker spot, is going to be fired up to try and stop the #1 running team in the league coming into the weekend. Whether it be Jeremiah Johnson early on or Anthony Allen over the last few games, this is the #1 rushing team, over 100 yards a game.
Stamps the #5 team against the run. They're 7th against the pass, and yet they're #2 in points allowed. 3-man rush. Time for Jennings. He delivers high, and Gore can't pull it down. 2 and out for the BC offense.
Good start for Sean Gore. I was going to say that ball just a little high and hot. That was a window that opened up in the zone for Jonathan Jennings, and that ball just got away on him a little bit. Well, that's a first down. They're moving the chains.
Here's Leone. Good punt into the wind. Finch going to let it bounce. Is it going to reach the end zone? It will. And so this will be a rouge as Finch concedes a single point, a 64-yarder. And it's 9-3 BC.
Well, since that loss in week 1 to the BC Lions, Bo Levi Mitchell has put together 3 games over 300 yards passing, 2 of them against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, but also 368, his best production of the year against the Ottawa Red Blacks. 11 career 300-yard passing games. And this is start number 39 for Bo Levi Mitchell.
2 times a 300-yard passer against BC, and yet 1-2 against the Lions. Only team he has a losing record against. Calgary starts at their 35. Play action fake to Messam. Time running out. Alex Bowsey now has sacks in 5 consecutive games.
This was double move out, run by Greg Wilson, who is blanket covered by Brandon Stewart up here. This is where Bo Levi Mitchell wanted to go. He wanted to go to Greg Wilson in this row. Watch, double move up in, stem him, then go back to the out. But tremendous coverage and a blind turn to get right in the hip pocket of Wilson. And Mitchell has to, nope, can't get it to him.
Bazzi beats the newcomer right tackle, Ucombre Williams. 5th sack of the year. 2 sacks in the game for BC. Calgary had only surrendered 4, but this year, that one intercepted. It's Eric Fraser with the pick. And he keeps going down inside the 10. Fraser to the 2 and pushed out near the goal line. They'll mark him out at the 1.
Boy, you could see this one coming. It just looked like Fraser was sitting there and ready to jump this. Anthony Parker looked like he was just running the seam, and Bo Levi Mitchell wanted him to come across the middle. Communication issue, and Fraser takes it the other way.
Big defensive play on the final play of the first quarter. The former Stampeder, the 7-year veteran, Eric Fraser with the interception. So the Lions have the lead. That big play by Rainey, and they're knocking at the door once again.
CTV. Viewer discretion advised.
Good first quarter for the visitors in this high-powered matchup.
When you have two good teams playing against each other, it's an all 3 phases game. We've seen a big play by Rainey on the special teams, 97-yard punt return touchdown. The defense stepping up. Remember, these are the number 1 ranked and 2 ranked defenses in the CFL heading into the weekend. So all 3 phases, you got to be clicking.
So offense is going to come grudgingly. We saw that on the goal line stand, and now BC back on the goal line after this interception.
On the goal line for 3 cracks now. Last time they were down there, it was the 4-yard line to the 2 and then to the 1 on 3rd down. And they tried to go wide with Chris Rainey on the fly sweep. Didn't work. Let's see if it's just Jonathan Jennings following his offensive line.
Just the 3rd interception thrown by Mitchell on the season. There's Rainey in motion. Jennings straight ahead behind the center, Cody Husband. And it is a touchdown. Punch it in on the first try this time after being thwarted. And for the BC Lions, that's their first touchdown in a second quarter this year.
Just off the right side, Cody Husband and Kirby Fabian. And he goes right in behind them. Little second effort from Jonathan Jennings. Gets that extra push, and the ball crosses the plane.
Well, they had the 9-play, 70-yard plus drive that netted nothing. So this time it's a 1-play, 1-yard touchdown drive. And Jennings has his 3rd touchdown of the season. This time they'll kick the extra point. Leone is now 5 for 5 in that department.
Nice pick by Eric Fraser. And now Bo Levi Mitchell has to get rid of that one and come back. And it looks like a communication issue. And in fact, I watched Mitchell walk off the field with his receiver, Anthony Parker. There's your safety right there, and Eric Fraser's going to pick this one off. Go ahead and run it. And looked to me like Parker, stop it here. Looked to me like Parker was going to run the in instead of that seam like that. Fraser jumps it, gets it down to the 1, and Jonathan Jennings punches it over. So now Bo Levi Mitchell's got to lose that one, put it in the back of his mind, forget about it, come out and get a response here.
Well, that offensive line has been building confidence and getting stronger. They get a little redemption that time, putting it into the end zone after being stopped in the opening quarter on the goal line. So a 13-point BC lead. And now they have the wind, and Finch is going to concede a single, and make it 17-3.
Well, I've said covering the Calgary offense, led by Dave Dickinson, previously led by John Hucknagel and Dave Dickinson, and Bo Levi Mitchell, that in key moments in games, whether it's the first quarter, second quarter, or late in the fourth quarter when they need a big drive, they find a way to manufacture it. And I know it's early in this one, but this is one of those moments.
As well as the Stampeders have played this year, Dave Dickinson has talked about still looking for a little more rhythm. Not quite hitting on all cylinders offensively so far. 5 for 8 out of the gate in this game, 49 yards and that one interception. 4 receivers near side, and they'll hand it off. Torrey Harrison in the backfield, and not much there up the middle. Big Mikhail Brooks. What a season he has had, and Brooks shaken up, and the big product out of East Carolina is going to need attention.
He got turned around, and then the tackle went right into the back of his legs. Mikhail Brooks is drawing the double team when he's in there, and it looks like the Calgary Stampeders do that again. There he is right there. Gets up there in the double team with Laver 2. Nothing wrong there. They're just double teaming him, but you can see the running back right in the back of his legs and just twists him.
Cut down in the wash. So Bill Rochelle works on Brooks, and while he does that, we'll step out. Lions with a 17-3 lead. There's Mikhail Brooks, who made his way under his own steam to the sidelines, which is a good sign after the way he went down.
Takes the double team, Shane Bergman and Pierre Laver 2. He wasn't happy with the extra push from Laver 2 once his leg was buckled underneath the running back, and made sure he told Laver 2 as he made his way to the sideline.
Took an extra shot, took a number. Here's Mitchell stepping up. Trouble again. Swarmed and dropped. Big Hill was there. Menard on the scene. And that front of the Lions is winning the battle up front here in the first half.
Yeah, they are. And this time it was just the pocket collapsing. Looked like Mitchell had a chance to get rid of it right now, but Adam Bighill and Solomon Elamimian are picked up initially, but they keep after it, and Elamimian just tracks him down. Assist to the secondary on that one because he wanted to pull the trigger but didn't like what he saw down the field.
Mark Washington's got his guys fired up, doesn't he? Maver kicking into the wind. It'll be Iannuzzi. They fake that reverse again. Can he get outside? No, tripped up. Ben DeAguilar with the special teams tackle. CFL on TSN action continues Sunday. Argos without Ricky Ray take on the Red Blacks. Coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific across the TSN network and in 4K. So it'll be Logan Kilgore against Henry Burris. And the former Stampeder Brad Sinopoli coming off a huge game.
Henry Burris off the injured list early. The injury to Trevor Harris. It'll be Burris back in the lineup.
Lions start at their own 36. Pitch to Allen. And he'll be dropped for a loss. Singleton there again.
Big comeback game a couple weeks ago for Jonathan Jennings. Goes into week 3. Gets pulled against the Toronto Argonauts after 132 yards and an interception. Young quarterback. You're going to have nights like that. Sacked 3 times in that game. Came back in Saskatchewan in a huge second half against the Rough Riders, over 400 yards passing. He bounced back from getting pulled.
2nd and 10 and maybe a half yard more. Jennings to the wide side. They try and burn him, and there's Ciante Evans, the former Nebraska Cornhusker, with the quick stop. Just 4 on the play and a 2 and out for BC.
Well, that's what Devon Claybrooks, the defensive coordinator, wants to create. There's your 3 receivers right here to the wide field, but just 3-man pressure. So Calgary's going to drop everybody and cover them down and force Jonathan Jennings to throw that short out Got to punt it away.
Here's Finch, who looks like he's ready to break one. Gets across the 35-yard line. A 55-yard punt by Leone. So Bo Levi Mitchell, Jerome Messam will try and ignite this Calgary offense. They've got some work to do. Down by 14 on home turf.